my dear students. Now I am going to talk about world of microbes. First one, microbes and diseases. Heading, microbes and diseases. What is the diseases? Disease. This means against. Is means comfort. Can be defined as an impairment or malfunctioning of the normal state of the living organism. Listen. This means against. Is means comfort. Can be defined as an impairment or malfunctioning of the normal state of the living organism that disturbs or modifies the performance of vital functions of the body. Disease can be categorized based on first point the extent of occurrence, endemic, epidemic, and pandemic are sporadic. And second one, whether infectious or non-infectious. Third one, types of pathogen, whether caused by bacterial, viral, fungal, or protozoans infections. And fourth one, transmitting agent, whether airborne, waterborne, or vector borne. Okay, define microbes and disease. First one, disease. Disease can be defined as an impairment or malfunctioning of the normal state of the living organism that disturb or modifies the performance of vital functions of the body. Disease can be categorized based on first one, the extent of occurrence, second one, whether infectious or non-infectious, and third one, types of pathogen, whether caused by bacterial, viral, fungal, and etc. And fourth one, transmitting agent, whether airborne, waterborne, or vector borne. First one, airborne diseases. What is the airborne diseases? Human being inhale atmospheric air. Human being inhale atmospheric air due to continuous inhalation of contaminated air. The chances for airborne microorganisms to find a host and cause infection are higher. Listen, human beings inhale atmospheric air due to continuous inhalation of contaminated air. The chance for airborne microorganisms to find a host and cause infection are higher. Most of the respiratory tract infections are acquired by inhaling air containing the pathogen that are transmitted through droplets caused by cough, or sneeze, dust, and spores. Next one, airborne diseases are caused by bacteria and virus. A few airborne diseases and their modes of transmissions are given in the table below. First one, common cold. First one, common cold. Sorry. First, rhinovirus, droplet infection, organ affected upper respiratory tract, and symptoms fever, cough, running nose, and sneezing and headache. And next one, influenza. Mysovirus and droplet infections and respiratory tract and fever, body pain, cough, some throat, nasal discharge, and etc. And measles. And one, measles. Virus, droplet infection, droplet nuclei, and direct contact with infected persons, and respiratory tract and eruption of small dead spots or rashes in skin, cough, sneezing, redness of eye, and phenomena and mumps. Mysovirus pyrotites and droplet infection, droplet nuclei, and direct contact with infected persons and upper respiratory tract. And an enlargement of and movement of jaw becomes difficult. And chicken pox, and another one, chicken pox, varicella zoster virus, and droplet infection, droplet nuclei, and direct contact with infection person. and respiratory tract, and eruption of the skin, fever, and uneasiness. Airborne, listen, airborne diseases caused by bacteria. Airborne diseases caused by bacteria. First one, tuber- tuberculosis and Mycobacterium tuberculosis and droplet infection from spots from an infected persons affected lungs. Symptom persistent cough, chest pain, loss of hand appetite. And diphtheria and diphtheria is a Corynebacterium diphtheria and droplet infection, droplet nuclei affected upper respiratory tract, nose and throat, and fever, sore throat, choking of the air passage, whooping cough, Bordetella pertussis and droplet infection, direct contact with infected person and respiratory tract, mild fever, severe cough ending in whoop, and another one waterborne disease, and another one waterborne diseases caused by virus. First one, poliomielitis and poliomyelitis and poliovirus and droplet infection, spontaneous discharge, scattering from nose and throat and etc. And nervous system, affected central nervous system, and parents of limb symptoms and socks vaccine and oral polio vaccine is administered. And hepatitis of or infectious hepatitis A virus HIV, contaminated water, food and oral route, and inflammation of liver and of symptoms nausea and anesthesia and etc. And preventive and prevention of food contamination, drinking chlorinated and boiled water, and acute diarrhea and rotavirus, contaminated water, food and oral route, intestine, vomiting, fever, water truly and with mucus, and proper sanitation and hygiene. And waterborne diseases caused by bacteria. And chloria, vibrochlorine, and contaminated food, water, oral route, and the throat, house, files, and in tissue, intestinal tract, and symptoms acute diarrhea with rice, watery stools, vomiting, muscular cramps, and etc. And preventive hygienic sanitary conditions and intake of oral irritations, and typhoid and, and salmonella typically, and food and water contaminated with the faces of infected persons and through house small tissue, small intestine, and which symptoms high fever, weakness, and abdominal pain, etc. And preventing contamination of food by vials and dust, implement of basic sanitation, treatment with antibiotic drugs. And heading dengue. Definition: dengue fever is also known as break-bone fever. It's a mosquito-borne tropical disease caused by mosquito bite. That alternative name of dengue, break-bone fever. Break-bone fever. The alternative name of dengue, break-bone fever, comes from the associated muscle and joint pains. It is caused by the female Aedes aegypti mosquito bite, which transmit the dengue which transmit the dengue virus to human. And malaria, one of the disease, malaria, one of the common disease is caused by protozoan parasites of the genus Plasmodium, phylum Abicomypisa, and humus malaria is caused by P. falciparum and P. malaria and P. oval and P. vivax, and malaria is found in tropical and subtropical climates, mostly Africa, South Africa, and the Middle East, India, and all of the Southeast Asia, because malaria carrying mosquitoes. Anobles mosquitoes require temperatures of more than 60 degrees Fahrenheit. The amples mosquitoes actually multiply and spread the disease in the rainy season. In drier areas, outbreaks of malaria can be predicted with reasonable accuracy by mapping rainfall. What is chikungunya? Chikungunya is a virus that is transmitted from human to human mainly by infected Aedes albopictus and Aedes aegypti and mosquitoes acting as the disease carrying vector. Chikungunya causes sudden onset of high fever and several joint pain, muscular pain and headache. As no vaccine or medication is currently available to prevent or cure the infection. Control of chikungunya involves vector control measures and encouraging people to avoid mosquito bites. And wait, and filaria or filarius. Filarius is the term of group of disease caused by parasitic nematodes, and filarius is caused by nematodes that live in the human lymph system. Pancreatian filariasis are lymphotic and filariasis. And causatic organism, filarial worm, Chiria bancrophity, and elephant disease is the end result of disease. Cutaneous and subcutaneous disease enlarge and harden in areas where lymph has accumulated. Usually occurs in lower estimates. Mosquitoes prevention and control. Prevention of mosquito bites by using mosquito nets, mosquito screens, mosquito repellents and ointments, and elimination of breeding places by providing adequate sanitation, underground wastewater disposal system, and drainage of stagnant water. Collection of water in any uncovered container, such as water tank, pots, flower pots, escort tires, should be avoided. Control mosquito larvae by sparing oil and stagnated water bodies. Adult mosquitoes can be killed by sparing insecticides and application of citronella oil or eucalyptus oil on the exposed skin. Swine flu. Swine flu first originated from pigs. It is caused by virus that affects pigs and has started infecting humans. The virus spreads through air. It affects the respiratory system. Prevention and control. Administration of nasal spray vaccine. Avoiding close contact with a person suffering from flu. Intake of water and fruit juice will help prevent dehydration. Plenty of rest will help the body to fight infection. Always wash hands and practice good hygiene. Avian influenza, a viral disease of domestic and wild bats characterized by the full range of responses from the almost no signs of the disease to very high mortality. The incubation period is also highly variable and ranges from a few days to a week, 3 to 7 days. Prevention and control. Avoiding open air markets where infected bats are sold. Avoiding contact with infected bats or consumption of infected poultry and proper cleaning and cooking of poultry. What are HIV and AIDS? Human immunodeficiency virus. Human immunodeficiency virus. HIV is the virus. HIV means human immunodeficiency virus. HIV is the virus that causes AIDS. AIDS means acute immunodeficiency syndrome, a life-threatening disease. Attacks the body immune system, destroys infection fighting cells, And when these cells are destroyed, the immune system can no longer defend the body against infection and cancers. HIV infection becomes AIDS when patient lost the ability to fight off serious infections or tumors. This structure of HIV. This is structure of HIV. This is RNA. This is P10 protease and liver transcriptase and GP41, GP120 and GP17, P24 and P32 integrase. P means proteins. G means envelope proteins. Prevention and control. Disposable syringes and needles should be used. So, and protected and safe sexual contact and screening of blood before blood transfusions. Avoid sharing saving pads and razors. People should be educated about AIDS transmission. Sexually transmitted diseases, bacteria and virus, infection agent, infectious agent, bacteria, virus, bacteria diseases, gonorrhea and syphilis, and virus, genital herpes and genital warts. The solution, first one bacteria, Neisseria and gonorrhea and Terribonia palladium and sexual content and two mode of transfer sexual contact and tissue. Urethra is affected and minute abrasion on the skin and mucus of a genital area and symptom discharge from genital openings, pain during urination and ulceration on genital skin eruptions. Virus helps Simplex virus helps human papilloma virus and sexual content, genetic organs of male and genetic areas of male and female individuals, etc. Painful blisters in mouth, lips, and etc. So vaginal discharge, itching, bleeding, and burning. A immunization schedule. First one, newborn age newborn BCG first dose and 15 days oral polio first dose and 6th week DPT and polio first dose and 10th week DPT and polio first dose and 14th week DPT and polio first dose and 9 to 12 months measles and first dose and 80 to 24 month DPT and polio first dose and 15th month MMR first dose and 2 to 3 years TAP second dose at 1 month gap and 4 to 6 year DT and polio and 10th years TT and TAB and 16th year TT and TAB second booster. Dear students, today's homework questions. Dear students, watch these videos 2 or 3 times so that you can understand the concept well. Today's homework 3 questions. First one, name 2 common mosquitoes and the disease they transmit. And second one, explain the various types of viruses with example. Third one, suggest the immunization schedule for a newborn baby till 12 months of age. Why it is necessary to follow the schedule. These 3 questions, the homework questions, the 3 questions for you. So you have think and answers and study and write 3 times in home test note and send it my personal WhatsApp number. Thank you, students. God bless you.